Welcome back to this World of Warcraft Let's Play. You're Sambo, and joining us, as always, is Seraphis, our level 26 Worgen Mage. Say g'day, Seraphis.
The beast in me hungers.
The beast in you hungers, I bet it does. It hungers for some action here on the coastline of Ashenvale. As you know, we got here in the last episode. We finally got out of Darkshore. If I make the map bigger, you can see here we go. We've quested all the way down Darkshore, and now we're here in the wonderful zone of Ashenvale with its dig sites that you can see here. There we go, there's two of them. And of course, we're up here over to the west at the Black Fathom Deeps area out in the Zoram Strand. And of course, we've got a couple of quests out here to finish off. One of them is to get the Ring of Zoram off one of the mobs up here, the named mob that we saw in our last episode out on the island. And then of course, we've got to make our way over to the Hero's Call Ashenvale quest here, which is where we have to report to Sentinel Shaila, can't say the name right tonight, at Orendil's retreat in northwestern Ashenvale. Very iconic place there. So it's yeah, pretty easy. That's what we're going to do tonight. Let's get right into it. And of course, absolutely fantastic being here. Look at this. Got so many memories being here from the early days of WoW. And of course, we should probably mount up Sambo. Get so excited that I forget that I've got to mount these days. Now also what we're wanting to do, won't have time to do it this episode, but we need to keep an eye on our XP bar because we don't want to hit level 27. Now, why don't we want to hit level 27? Good question. Let's hit I, bring up the dungeon finder, and of course we've got our random dungeon finder here which will put us into Gnomeregan. But if we want to actually do the quests and the instances that we haven't done yet, we're going to need to go there manually. Still in the dungeon finder, of course. We don't actually have to run to the dungeons, but you've got, here we go, Shadowfang Keep is available to us up until the end of level 26. So basically we've got 3/4 of an XP bar to go before we have to do it, otherwise we'll miss out on it permanently in terms of being able to use the dungeon finder. Now, of course, we can always go there manually, but we don't want to do that. We want to be able to use the dungeon finder to get there nice and quickly. So we'll do that another time. So we're going to make sure that we just don't quite hit level 26. Otherwise, we'll screw ourselves up in that respect. Anyhow, we're going to head over to this island over here. So I'm not going to fight any mobs along the way. Again, because I don't want to get any super duper extra XP at the moment. Instead, we'll just take in the sights of the Zoram Strand. And of course, there we are over the other side of the harbour over there is the Horde outpost. You can see it on your map here. It's Zoram Gar outpost, and of course that, as I said in the last episode, is an actual Horde outpost. You will be flagged as PvP if you start messing about over there, so be very careful, even if you're on a PvE server like we are. Why don't we go up the top here and have a good scout around if we get to the top of this hill. It might give us a good view. Whoops, got a mob, that's okay. I'm sure one mob won't hurt us in terms of our XP. Good night, Naga. Yeah, there we go. And of course we can see some ruins over there. That over there, there is actually Teldrassil, and I can tell that because if we look on the map you can actually see it off in the distance. So up north of there is Darkshore where we've been, and of course, oh, look at that, the sun setting on the water there. Doesn't it look fantastic? And all this is the zone of Ashenvale, and below Ashenvale, which is down over that rocky cliff over there, you can see is Stone Talon Mountains. That's the next zone over as well. All one, pretty much all one big seamless world here in WoW. It's just the sense of scale is amazing. And there you go, you can see we're looking out into the Ashenvale forest over in that direction. Right in the Zoram Strand Bay there with all the ruins, and of course Black Fathom Deeps over there that we had a look at last time. Alright, let's mount up again and see if we can go straight over there to Ruuzel, which is where we need to go to slay her to get the ring that we need for this quest. So yeah. Now of course you can swim on your mount as well. You don't have to dismount if you don't want to. Pretty sure that it will dismount if we go underwater though. Oh, no, some do, some don't. Never tell. Alright, here we go. Here's our named person as we're on Ruuzel's Isle. Time for you to die. Because we need a ring that you've got, I'm afraid. Whoa, that was nasty. She pulled us towards her there. And again. In fact, we haven't even really done... Look at that. Every time we go to... Oh, look, what a cheat. Okay, we're freezing you in place. That is nasty. Every time we go to do something, She basically interrupted. Oh, she's done it again! Okay, this is annoying. We're just going to run out of here. Let's get the heck out of Dodge. Wow, we're going to die if we're not careful. Let's just make a run for it. Wow, that is annoying. Every time I went to cast, she would interrupt. Every single time. Talk about super annoying. Wow. Ah! Alright, we don't want you either. Alright, so there we go. We've de-aggroed everything. We're going to need to heal up big time. And try that again. We're going to have to... Well, we're going to have to try and counterspell her. And of course, that's where this spell comes in really handy. Alright, let's see what we've got to eat here. We've got a banana, 232 health. Gosh, our food isn't very good, you know. It's just... Look at this. We've got 713 health. Excuse me as I sneeze. And all of our food's only sort of doing 200 odd. So it's not very good. We need to get better stuff. Must remind ourselves to stop by the auction house and actually do something about that. Let's have the other one here. Because we're going to need to get ourselves some decent meat or something and be able to cook something a lot better. Because, yeah, no good. Just takes forever to heal. Alright, so I think what we should do is clear out a couple of mobs first. So let's just do that. Gosh, who would have thought we'd need a strategy for just one quest boss, eh? Just goes to show it's not always plain sailing. Alright, there we go, one down. Okay, now where is she? There she is. Right, let's get ourselves in front of this pillar for a start. We'll lock her down. Oh, it doesn't look like we can interrupt that. That's interesting. Right, so we're going to just have to use Mega Instants on her, I think. Look at that, everything she's blocking. I must say that's really cheap and nasty. Really cheap and nasty. Alright, well we'll just have to be cheap and nasty back to her, won't we? Look at that, she's pulling us around left, right and centre. Wow, thank goodness we've got an instant like that, because otherwise that would have been just an awful fight. Now we've got Mr. Crab having a go at us. Wow, that was actually a really, really rough fight, I must say. Yeah, so there you go, a word to the wise. If you don't have any instant abilities, you're really going to have a hard time with that one. Thank goodness for that. Alright, let's get the heck out of here before she respawns. And go hand in. Now, of course, that quest up there in Black Fathom Deeps, that's not something that we're going to go and see manually. That's something that we will turn in when we get there in the Dungeon Finder, so we won't worry about that just yet. Now, even though we're entering combat here, I'm just going to do a runner, because they're casters, so it'll take them a while to catch up with us. And you can see them casting there, and they are chasing us, but they'll eventually give up and run away. There we go, leaving combat. Boy, I just can't get over that. That was... I don't remember the last time I've ever come across a mob like that in WoW that was so cheap and nasty. Normally they're really... they're not easy, but they're interesting and unique experiences. Not just a spammy over and over interrupt. That's... maybe the developers got a bit lazy with that one. Not sure, because it's just freaking annoying. And of course, if you have been following my DC Universe Online Let's Play, then you'll know that those sort of mechanics really give me the poop. So, yeah, just as well. We don't come across many of them here in WoW. Look at it! Look how beautiful it is. It's just an awesome day. And of course, last time we were here, I think, it's been a couple of days since I was filming, it was raining, so you didn't get to quite see it in all its glory. Now we can see it. Look at that draw distance. Beautiful. You can see way off into the forest over there. Fantastic area to run around in. Absolutely love it. Alright, here we go. Talon, we've got your ring for you. That came at a high cost. A cost of annoyance. Alright, you found the ring. Thank you, Seraphis. Please take this as payment and know that your deeds today will remain forever in my memory. And what do we get ourselves? Some robes there. Get a lot of spirit, but yeah, no, we're better off with the robes we've got. Oh, look at that classic mage robe look there. That's you used to see that a lot back in the vanilla days of WoW. I don't see that style anymore really these days, so glad to see it still in the game. Alright, let's repair up and sell off our junk, including the fish and including that robe. There we go. And let's go hand in the Heroes in Ashenvale quest now. So, I think we can go this way. Actually, we'll go the long way. because it's a path that we haven't been before. So we could have cut across there, but we're just going to go up and double back around just so you can see the normal way you get in here. Because like I say, this is kind of a side way in, and it's the way that you use to get to Black Fathom Deeps, especially if you die. So, you know, you will run Black Fathom Deeps, and of course you will die. So just remember that you need to run down this path and then hook to the right to get to the dungeon instance. And if you don't know where that is, then have a look at my last episode, because we explain that in that one. Right, let's have a look at the old map here. We've got it in full mode. We're back in Darkshore, technically speaking, in the Twilight Vale. We're just going to cut across here to the other road. As we see a Moonstalker there, and of course we're friendly to Moonstalkers because all the time we're in this zone we've got Blessing of the Moonstalker, which means we're blessed by the great Moonwalker spirit. You may remember that way back when, in a very early episode, we had a choice to be blessed by the bears, the I think the Moonstalkers, and something else. Can't remember what it was actually. Anyway, we should very shortly zone into Ashenvale. And again, bringing back all sorts of memories as I used to run this road. And by run, I mean run on foot. We had no mounts back in those days, running from one end of this to the other. There we go. Yeah, you can see we're going to come up here and get to an outpost. Oh, and I really remember the very first time I saw Ashenvale, and I was just absolutely gobsmacked. Because, of course, I'd been, what was it? It was a human paladin that I was leveling at that time. And, you know, I saw all this sort of stuff, all these Night Elf buildings and all the Night Elf architecture. Look at that, we've got a quest over there. And I just remember, because, of course, in Elwyn Forest, it's all very human-y looking. So look at that view, will you? Look at it. And that's the road we would have come up if we'd carried on, across there. So just an absolutely beautiful, here we go, discovered Orendil's Retreat. There it is. This is quite new, by the way. And there is the Sentinel, by the way. So having leveled around Elwyn Forest and just seeing normal human-style architecture in the lovely forest of Elwyn, which is still one of my favourites, by the way. But then can you imagine my surprise coming here and just seeing all this and just going, oh my god, this is amazing, because it was so colourful and different. So yeah, love it. And of course all the Night Elves. Okay, so it says this forest is crawling with the Horde. So this is going to be an exciting time for us, folks, because Ashenvale is traditionally a very high-level PvP zone, because, of course, it's one of the first times that you actively come across the Horde. It's a contested zone, which means that it's part Horde, part Alliance, and, of course, we're always fighting for territory in here, so it's going to be lots of fun. Have you come to help us fight back against the forces of the Horde? Every blade and spell will be needed. Yes, indeed, we have. Don't forget the Horde. Evanar and the other apprentices may not be much use in a... Don't walk away. May not be much use in a battle, but you look like you can hold your own. The Horde scum across the road to the east at Bathran's Haunt need to be taught a lesson. Their new warlord, Garrosh Hellscream. Now, folks, by the way, let's stop there. That is a huge name in the lore of WoW. I suggest you look up Garrosh Hellscream. If I remember, I'll try and put a link to the WoW wiki in the doobly-doo below, but if I don't, just for goodness sake, go and look him up, because, of course, he is now the leader of the Horde, not Thrall. So yeah, big change up at the Cataclysm there. Anyhow, the new warlord Garrosh Hellscream has them up to no good. Feel like teaching them a thing or two. I'd come with you, but my assignment is to stay here and protect Orendil's apprentices. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Kill any 10 Horde at Bathran's Haunt. Now, this is interesting for a couple of reasons. One is we'll be able to presumably kill Horde NPCs or Horde players. Of course, that would flag us as PvP. But if you look at where it is, Bathran's Haunt over here, this was actually the site of another couple of really famous old quests in Ashenvale. One of the first few that you do in the game. Where you had to go and collect the hair of ghosts over there. So again, if you're an old school WoW player, you'll definitely remember this zone once we get there. Very cool. It's good to see that they're still questing over there, but for something very different, of course. Sounds like there's Horde that have encroached there. Oh, and look at this! Speak of the devil. There you go, proving that I'm not talking out of my rear. There's a plant that grows in the old ruins of Bathran's Haunt across the road to the east. The plant is called Bathran's Hair. Ta-da! And it's known to cure ailments of the spirit. Now, the Horde are there harvesting the plant for their own evil schemes. There is a sick child in Astranar. Oh, and I know about her as well. I remember her. Astranar is the village, by the way. It's not on the map, but basically there's a village here. It's the main centre for us in Ashenvale. So yeah, we'll definitely get there. And there is a sick child there. There's a sick child in Astranar, and we believe that her illness is more than just physical. I promised my master that I would help seek a cure, but I'm no fighter. Would you go to Bathran's Haunt and gather the plants? So we have to gather 8 of those. So I think in the old days you used to have to pick up the quest from here in Ashenvale and then run all the way up here. And of course now, because they've streamlined the questing for Cataclysm, made it a lot easier, you are picking up the quest nearby where you collect it from, which of course makes much more sense. Oh, and I love these. I'm just going to go for a little run up here. I love the night elf things, just to see if there's any quests up here. Hello, apprentices. Elune be with you too. Elune Allah. Ishnu Allah, rather. Okay, what do we got here? Food and drink. Oh, now that's handy, because we were just complaining about not having the right food. And in fact, just to make sure that I'm actually going to ditch all of our food. And let's see, what drink can we get now? Oh yes, we can get better drink as well. So I'm going to ditch our mana water, and let's take them off our hotbar, just so we definitely don't use them. Right, now we're going to force ourselves to get the best mana we can get, and look at that, 1345 mana over 27 seconds. So let's get our... Now when's the next one, by the way? Level 35. Okay, so we can, yeah, you can see here the different tiers of drinks. There's the very first drink that you can use, which is refreshing spring water, then ice cold milk, then melon juice, which is what we've been drinking, and then sweet nectar, which is what we can get now. And you can see if I hover over here, moonberry juice, which is almost 2000 mana over 30 seconds. That requires level 35, and then Morning Glory Dew is level 45. So we can afford to get a few of these. We're going to get a stack, which is 20 of them. There we go. And let's have a look at the food. What food is available? Same deal, by the looks of things. Yep, level 35, we can get Heaven Peach. Yum, 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 peaches. Oh, now I want to... Oh, see, I think I've said this before. Whenever there's food in a game, it makes me want that food. I would love to eat a peach, a nice big juicy peach right now. Damn you, wow. Anyway, here we go, wild rice cake. This restores 810 health over 27 seconds. And you can see that's really good because we have 713 health. So let's again get a stack of those. So we get 4 lots of 5. And let's drag both of these to our hotbar. There we go. And now we can access them nice and easily. Alright, so we're all kitted out, we're all set in the beautiful, look at this, the nice sort of ruddy red glow around everything. It's time for us to head out and deal to the Horde. Now, this is all new for me because this is Bathran's Haunt and I'm used to it, and oh, look at that, we've got a Forsaken Herbalist. Okay, so these are all new. There is the Bathran's hair over there, and there's a pile of it there. I do remember all of that, but gosh, I don't remember there being all these Forsaken Horde around. Of course, they're the undead Forsaken, so if you haven't seen an undead Forsaken in the game of WoW yet, in fact, I think the last time we saw them was back in Gilneas when they were attacking us. This is going to be quite a treat for you because you're going to get to see them. And listen to that music in the background. I love the WoW music, seriously. It's just, oh, I play the soundtracks at work and on the train constantly. I have it always in my iPod, it's great. Anyway, here's Bathran himself, of their own design. It's an old ancient, making the famous good old creaky sound there. These creatures, these so-called Horde, they've cut me down in my prime and they're harvesting my hair for their evil plans. Will you help me put an end to it, little Worgen? I've overheard their herbalist speaking of something called Wildfire upon their table across the way. If you were to take the bottle of this unnatural stuff and throw it at my corpse to the northeast, it would burn and no more of my hair will grow here. Interesting. I'm already dead and it is a small price to pay to stop them. Well, that's very noble of them, isn't it? So we have to obtain a bottle of Wildfire, where are we? And throw it at Bathran's corpse to burn it. Interesting. Well, we will absolutely do that for you, Bathran. Here we go. Accept that quest. So now we've got a whole bunch of stuff. Let's have a look on the old map. And what have we here? Kill 10 Horde at Bathran's Haunt. Okay, and pick up the hair. That is exactly what we're going to do. So what we'll do actually is we'll get right up close first. We'll lock them in place and I'll zoom right in so you can get a good old look. Let's zoom in. There we go. So there is a female Forsaken. Oh, and look at that, she's got poison. She's thrown a poison bottle, so she's clearly a rogue archetype there, and that's doing damage to us as she, because rogues, of course, deal in daggers and poisons. And here we go, some Bathran's hair. Here we go, 1 out of 8. Look at that view, folks. Look at it. it's so epic. And of course, later on in the game, once we're a higher level, we will actually be able to fly through here as well. Go high, high, high up above the treetops there, flying around. Just so cool. Which is, of course, something that you never used to be able to do pre-Cataclysm. Even if you had flying, you just literally could not fly in these zones. They weren't available in the classic zones. And of course, they changed that all up, did a whole bunch of work, and made everything all clean and tidy so that you could actually fly everywhere in the classic zones. Very nice of Blizzard to do that. Everyone always was wanting to do that for years. And that, of course, is an orc, female orc there. Whoa. Look at that, she's immediately thrown poison at us. And by the way, you can't use interrupting spells like Counterspell against things like poison. You might notice it's the same when a spider mob casts its poisoning stings or something like that. You think, how come my spell interrupt's not working? And that's because technically they're not spells, they are actually poisons. There's a difference in WoW. All part of the gameplay mechanics. Look at the views. I'm going to keep on harping on about it because it's just awesome. And once again, of course, people who say, oh, Sambo, WoW looks like rubbish, it's too old, it's really basic and all the rest of it. I don't care, to be honest. It's just, again, it just has that unique feel, that unique graphic style, and it still feels like you're in a forest, feels like you're in the snow. It just allows you to escape. It's still amazing, and I love it. And of course, the great trade-off with WoW's graphics is that you're still able to run it on a really low level or old machine. So of course that gives access to a lot of us out there who don't have access to the high-end machines because can't afford it or don't have it in their budget or whatever the case may be. But of course quite often they'll have an old laptop laying around, something from their parents or just a hand-me-down from a brother or sister or something like that. Generally speaking, WoW will run on those old machines. And of course a lot of people do play it on a raggedy old laptop, and of course you still have to turn down all the settings in the game because I'm running most of the settings quite high. But of course if you turn it all down for the lesser machines, it'll basically run on an oily rag, or rather run on the smell of an oily rag, and that's one of the great things about it. It's what I like about it. But having said that, I loved the graphical style in Warcraft 3, and of course that's why they've kept the style here. It's to be consistent with the Warcraft universe itself, and of course great artists, great texture and concept artists and design artists like Samwise Didier, who is one of the lead artists in the WoW Blizzard development team. Awesome guy, and of course he's also the lead singer of the level 70 Elite Tauren Chieftains, or rather the level 80, or maybe they're called the level 85 now, Elite Tauren Chieftain Band, who sing great tracks, and of course they'll be singing hopefully at this year's BlizzCon, which is by the way in October 21st and 22nd, which is a Friday and Saturday in the US. Now just in case you didn't know, the tickets for the virtual BlizzCon, in other words the virtual tickets, if you are unable to make it to Anaheim, California to go to actual BlizzCon, and in fact I don't think even if you wanted to now you wouldn't be able to, because of course all the tickets have sold out. But if you want to be a virtual attendee, then make sure you go to the, I think you can go to blizzcon.com, and you'll be able to actually buy a virtual ticket there. Now, from memory, they're $39.95. They are on sale now, and you basically gain all access pass. They've got about 5 or 6 different cameras and streams set up, all in beautiful HD, lag-free for the most part HD. When I watched it last year, it was pretty much lag-free, and that's pretty good, saying something considering I'm all the way in Australia, of course. And you get access to everything there, and of course you get to see everything from the comfort of your couch if you're watching it on your PS3 or something like that, or if you've got a Apple TV, or of course on your computer. You just basically go to the website and log in with your ticket, and you're able to see all those streams. Got all the interviews. Also we've got the esports tournaments as well, the StarCraft and WoW Arena tournaments, which you get fantastic footage of, and of course basically you get the best seat in the house. It's really cool. Now, not only that, you also get some swag. And yes, I know it sounds like I'm doing a great big advertisement or advertisement for WoW or for Blizzard. That's not my intent at all. It's just a fantastic event. And rather than paying the copious amounts of money to get yourself all the way to California, if you're not from there, or indeed to pay for the actual tickets to get in, $40 is well worth basically what ends up being almost 3 days of solid entertainment. And of course after the show you still have access to all the footage and all the streams, all the recorded streams, so you can go back and watch most of them. which is a great little bonus. But like I said, the biggest bonus of all, of course, is you will get a virtual item. You'll get your little pet, your BlizzCon attendee's pet for WoW, and this year you'll also get one for StarCraft 2 if you own StarCraft 2. So nice little toys there as a side benefit to getting your virtual BlizzCon ticket. And speaking of StarCraft 2, seeing as we're talking about Blizzard, might as well go the whole hog. And oh my god, I'm going to die. Why didn't I keep an eye on my health? I think now's a good time to test out our new food. What do you reckon? I say we do that. Let's just try that now. Here we go, our wild rice cake. So while we eat up there, the StarCraft 2 news, apart from Diablo 3 news as well, by the way, all this Blizzard news, the Diablo 3 has announced that the beta will be happening first, and I think some people are already getting their invites. Uh-oh, two at once. You're going to have to sheep one of them. There we go, we have sheeped one. Let's actually attack the other one. So D3 invites are starting to appear apparently to those blessed few who actually will get a beta invite. And of course they've also announced that Diablo 3 should be out by the end of the year, so that's awesome news. But aside from that, StarCraft 2 had some major news today, and that is that they've released their Starter Edition. And of course you'll know all about the Starter Edition because WoW recently released their Starter Edition, where you can basically play, it's free to play up to a level 20 with a few restrictions. They've done the same with StarCraft 2 now, in that you can actually, in fact we need more food just as well, we stocked up. You can actually now go to the StarCraft 2 official page and you'll find the Starter Edition there. It's free and it basically lets you play, I think, basically the first 5 single player campaigns. It also allows you to play a certain part of the multiplayer, which is of course one of the mainstays of StarCraft 2. So they've basically announced the same deal. They've got rid of the free trial and now you've basically got a free to play up to a certain level, and you can just sort of stay there and keep playing it forever without having to pay a dime, which is very cool. Let's kill this rat and kill this roach just for one of our achievements here where we have to kill pests. Always pays to knock them off. And goodness me, look at the time. We've only got a couple of minutes left in this episode, so let's actually now head back and hand these two in. Good timing. Wait a minute, where was his corpse? I'm not sure where it is. Oh, it's just over there. Bottle. Okay, oh gee, maybe we should just pop over there and grab that first. Bathran's corpse burned. Okay, can we find it? Where is it? It was probably really nearby, wasn't it? I just was being blind and didn't see it. Where is it? No, there's another herbalist. And of course, because she does that, we have to move, which means that we have to interrupt our spell casting, which is highly annoying, but a good tactic on her behalf. Alright, now where is Bathran's corpse? Let's have a look here. According to the map, it's somewhere around here. I don't want to aggro all these mobs. Where would it be? Oh, hang on. No, that is... Oh, that's the... Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, I see. Right, that's the potion. Alright, so we have to basically deal to these mobs. So let's do that. Pick them off one by one. Bugger. We have to move. And of course, when we move, we run the risk of aggroing other mobs, so you've got to be very careful. But hey, that's what's making the game fun. Here we go. Let's grab one of these. Potion of Wildfire from their table, from their disgusting table. There we go. And look at that, all the... just seriously, I love this zone. Love running around here. You know what? Even if there were no quests to do, I would just love... What? How special? You're good at picking flowers. You're going to send me a bouquet? Blimey, what are they saying? I would just run around this zone just to relax and have fun in. Seriously. It's just fantastic. Okay, of their own design. Oh, wait a minute. The corpse is around here somewhere. Where on earth is it? Don't tell me it's all the way in there. Oh, it looks like it is. Now, can we sneak around here? Yeek. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Bathran's corpse. It's the great big tree. Alright, well, look, we're getting close to running out of time, but we might as well finish this off now. Let's blink out of the way. Give ourselves a little bit of time. And oh no, I couldn't cast. Dear oh dear. So you can see now it's just not about wandering in and blasting everything. We've got to think about things a little bit more now. Alright, here's the corpse. Let's use this bottle of Wildfire on there. And there you go, look at that. Awesome, the corpse is burnt. That's exactly what he wanted. Let's mount up and get the heck out of here. Now hopefully because we made that gap, we should be able to run through here relatively unhindered. Yeah, trying to pick a path. Whoops, we picked up someone there. Let's just run. Who did we pick up? A Forsaken Herbalist. Oh, gosh, they're everywhere. We need to get back to the Ancient over there. There we go, leaving combat. Jolly good. Look at that view. Look at the colour palette. Oh, just so in love with this zone. Seriously. Here we go. You've helped me to return to the ground, Seraphis. Now my hair will cease to sprout for these creatures. Better yet, I will be regrown all the sooner. There we go. 1650 XP for us. Very nice. Let's head back to our outpost here, and hopefully we don't get too much XP that we ding to level 27, because we need to stay level 26, of course, that's right, for our Dungeon Finder. Oh, and again, the classic Night Elf music in the background there. Job well done, Mage. If you're any indication of the quality of the Worgen adventurers we're going to be seeing more of, we should have this war against the Orcs and their horde taken care of faster than expected.
Goddess watch over you.
Goddess watch over you too. Let's just quickly hop to the vendor here, sell off our stuff. There we are, our junk.
May the stars.
Oh, I managed to pick up, looks like we picked up some melon juice, which we don't need there. We don't want to keep the linen cloth though, of course, because we want to pop that on the AH. Alright, let's talk to you. Bathran's hair. Have you gathered the hair, Seraphis? The child's health grows weaker by the hour. There we go. Ah, you have the hair. This is a good first step. There are other ingredients that we will need, but the hair of the fallen ancient could well be the most important. I hope that whatever the Forsaken are devising from the plant will not be turned into a weapon. We can simply not have the numbers, do not have the numbers to remove them right now, especially with Maestra's post under attack. What? Maestra's post is under attack? Oh boy, I mean, I know where that is. It's up the road. Quickly, Seraphis, I will put the Bathran's hair into this bag, but you must deliver it to my master, Orendil Broadleaf. You'll find him at Maestra's post, just south down the road on the left. But beware, we've received reports that the post is under attack from the Horde. It never used to be under attack from the Horde. Goodness me, deliver the bag of Bathran's hair to Orendil Broadleaf at Maestra's post in Ashenvale. And I know exactly where that is. Yep, it's just up the road. So there you go, folks. That is what our task will be in the next episode as we run out of time here. Oh, lots and lots of fun. I could just play this for hours and hours on end. You can see why it's so addictive and why people just play this, like they do play it for hours and hours on end, myself included. Just love it. Anyway, we've got to get going. We'll leave all that till the beginning of the next episode. I certainly hope you enjoyed this episode, and most importantly, of course, I hope you'll join us in the next one. Hope you're having a great day at home. And until next time, it's me, Sambo, and the wonderful Seraphis, our Worgen Mage, saying take care, we'll see you later, and bye-bye.